Yes.
Easley?
Yes.
Riddle?
Yes.
Case?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
All right, moving on to item number 11, unfinished business with a discussion of fiscal year 25-26 budget allocations. Mr. Morris.
Right, council members, if you will look in your packet, you have a draft notice of the public hearing, which really puts forth the numbers in a very concise manner. As due to the budget workshop discussion under that fire department, that number won't change because it's the same. We moved the dollars around, but that total dollars between the movement of the dollars from Chatham Rescue Squad to Chatham Volunteer Fire Department kept the total the same. So that number won't, while the fire department will get more money out of that, that total on the expense line won't change.
So should that be fire department and rescue squad?
It all goes together. We put,
It's the same.
It's the same.
it's all under the same line.
Same
We
bucket.
did not have a line number for rescue squad. It had never been an item. And so we just added it underneath the same budget number as the fire department. It just has its own separate line now. But it's the same. Each one of these under the general fund is a separate line number under the 10 fund. And then your water and sewer, funds and revenues, and you see that the budget comes out. That administrative cost up there does include the recommended compensation increase that came out of the finance committee at their last meeting. So that's all that administrative cost includes, expenses includes, recommended inflationary increase for town hall staff, 2 merit raises, they kind of double that piece, so instead of 3%, they're closer to 5.76% for those 2 merit increases, and then the council compensation recommendation that came from committee. So those numbers are already built in there. If you look down at your rates and fees, they are staying the same as they move down. Water and sewer rates, however, from committee, those numbers right there recommend a plus, include the plus 3.5% recommendation from committee. Remember that our Inframark cost went up 4.7%, so we're dragging a little bit behind what it cost us to continue to maintain those, but as long as we stay close, what we don't want to do on those funds is get back behind like we were for several years. When you look back on the where we had to do a 10 and then an 8, and then last year we got it to 3.5, still below the CPI for water sewer, but we kind of leveled out. So we're holding our own with it. We just don't want to get back behind again. Like we talked about in the workshop, water and sewer, those plants are going to need some capital improvements coming soon. We'll get some fixes for where we are now with the maintenance cap, but within 5 years, there's going to be some significant capital improvements that we need to adjust if we're going to continue to be a water sewer provider for this area, and we modernize. So those rates do show a 3.5% across the board, in-town water, in-town sewer, out-of-town water, out-of-town sewer. Garbage pickup fees, those reflect the First Piedmont increase that goes with their inflationary cost, and we've built in kind of what their standard fuel has been this year. Not really know what it's gonna be, but they give us a fuel surcharge as it changes, so we've kind of built one in, what we've averaged out for this year, for this past year, for that cost. And the lawn irrigation rate stays the same. Happy to go line by line if you have something specific you'd like to have you have a question about on a line number.
I just have a comment there, I'll wait until people have questions.
I think we did over this pretty thoroughly. Anybody have any questions or anything? Go ahead, Rick.
I say this about the compensation part. I've made this clear in finance committee, I still have concerns over the compensation. And I still strongly believe in order to make that happen, there needs to be a charge change. And I'll just, again, leave it at that in a way, and I also think, I am a little nervous that I think, looks like some of this compensation comes from the VDOT refund too. And when that goes, how are we going to afford that increase later on? So just something I want to express concerns about though, and I'll just leave it at that. Thank you.
All right, do we need to take any action on this, or is that ready to go towards the next stage?
Well, the next stage will be,
Publish it as a public hearing?
right, you'll approve it when you go to new business, item B.
Okay,
So the question, if you have any questions, now's time to ask the question, so when you go there, those numbers stay the same. If you discuss it, you direct something different, then we'll adjust that.
Cause I have to let the newspaper know tomorrow to advertise it
Got
on
it.
Wednesday.
Again, if there are concerns, we do, as we talked about in the, workshop time, we can do it if there are concerns. Don't feel pressured on that advertising piece when we get there, but our goal would be to move forward if everyone's good with that budget piece.
all right. So then we'll move on to number 12, new business, a motion to approve 2 commercial lease agreements.
This is a motion to approve the 2 commercial lease agreements at the Chatham Medical Center as been previously discussed.
Is that up committee?
Was it?
Do you wanna make that a motion out of committee, or would someone like to make the motion?
I'll make a motion
All right.
that, we approve the 2 commercial lease agreements. I need to identify them
As previously discussed.
as previously discussed.
Can we get a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion of these lease agreements? We've discussed them thoroughly. All right, Madam Clerk, will you take the roll, please, for the vote?
Motion by Bishop, seconded by Thompson, to approve the 2 commercial leases at the Chatham Medical Center building. All those in favor, Bishop,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Easley,
Yes.
Riddle,
Yes.
Pace,
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
All right. Now on to item B, the motion to approve the advertising of the proposed budget in public hearing.
I need a motion to approve the advertising of the proposed 25-26 budget and public hearing as discussed tonight.
Is that a motion?
Motion to be made.
She's requesting a motion.
Requesting a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Thank
I'll
you.
second.
Motion by Riddle, seconded by Black.
Is there any further discussion about this budget? All right, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Okay. Bishop,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Easley,
Yes.
Riddle,
Yes.
Pace,
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
All right, very good. Moving on to reports from the mayor and committees, finance.
Nothing.
We've heard all of that tonight, haven't we? Growth and renewal,
Yes, we have a meeting upcoming, what's the date? The 17th. We have a lot of meetings coming up. Also, I would like to remind people to please use the trail. It's pretty awesome, and now that the weather is changing, it'd be a good idea for you to get out there. I did attend the Reimagine, Chatham meeting along with Nick, and it was informative. There's a lot of enthusiasm. So if you have the opportunity, go to the website. I believe there's this, correct me, there's a survey there that's, all of us should go and give our opinion, please. And then tomorrow, the Board of Supervisors meeting, if you can attend that and express your opinion one way or the other, that is still on. It's supposed to be at Chatham High School, and that's about, partially about Valco. But anyway, I'm just reminding you, and that's it.
all right, thank you, and ordinance and charter?
We meet on Friday at 4 o'clock. Meeting is of course public.
Personnel?
We have a meeting scheduled 29th.
Okay.
It's a lot.
One coming up.
Police and fire,
Nothing. Nothing.
and public services?
No meeting report though, but I do something unrelated to that later.
Okay. Water, sewer, and solid waste?
Do we have anything to talk about?
right now, we probably will later next month as we get into the project completion, but right now, we're.
Okay. And for the mayor's report, I will say that as Janet mentioned, the season is changing, and I love it when Chatham puts on spring. Are we gonna put out our cleanup banner?
We're
again?
trying to, yes,
Good.
we're in the works, hopefully it will.
Right, and we've got the spring banners are up. We've got, litter pickup planned around Earth Day, the week of Earth Day.